2 years ago, in October 2020, I saw this wonderful ink shelf on Instagram, and I reached out to the owner and I said, I want this, I need this, I have to have this. And that began a friendship that I now share with Donna at South Shore Paper. She told me where to get the shelf, and I've loved it ever since. Over the past few years, we've exchanged letters, lots of correspondence, and lots of goodie packages sent back and forth. Lots of good, happy mail. We've even shared some of our favorite fountain pen ink samples with each other. My most recent trial one was the Diamine Golden Sand, which is gorgeous. So time passed, and my husband decided I needed to go visit Donna. So he reached out to Donna and surprised me with the idea of traveling to New York to see her. I packed my bags, got on an airplane, and I was headed to Long Island, New York for the Metropolitan Pen Show there. Donna had asked me, and so we kind of coordinated those events, and I got on the plane and had an absolute beautiful flight, as you can see by these pictures. It was absolutely gorgeous. Approaching Long Island, you can see the long shoreline there. And Donna had told me, make sure you get a window seat, because when you fly into Long Island, you're going to want to see it. And boy, was she right. Look at the depth of color there and the water. I think a fountain pen ink should be invented and named after this body of water outside of Long Island. Some of Donna's friends were concerned about me going to visit. I mean, after all, we've never really met. We just exchanged letters and correspondence and talked on Instagram, YouTube, and things like that. I mean, what if I actually, though I look like just a mother of 10, married and with 9 grandchildren, perhaps I was an axe murderer. Who knew? But I had concerns of my own. I mean, Donna is Italian, and she's from New York. Maybe I was going to visit somebody from the mob. You just never know. And yet, here I was, landing on an airplane in Long Island, and the beautiful day put all my concerns at ease. When I got there, Donna said, I'll be waiting for you in the parking lot. I'll be in a black SUV. And I thought, of course you will. Then I became concerned. After all, who was going to meet me at the airport, really? Was it going to be somebody that looked like this? Some gangster? I didn't know. I didn't know what to expect. I sure hoped that this wasn't the face that was meeting me at the airport. No, it wasn't. Thankfully, this was the friendly face. My friend Donna, holding a lovely handmade sign welcoming me to New York. I had seen Donna in pictures here and there, but I was sure relieved it wasn't a gangster face instead of this happy, sweet face that met me. On the way to her house, we stopped at a 9/11 war memorial. We drove along the water and just saw gorgeous sights along the way. It was such a beautiful, sunny, wonderfully warm day. After checking in at my hotel, we went down to the beach, which was just a block or so away from the hotel, and just gazed at the beautiful scene that was. The water was so wonderful, and it was such a clear, bright day. We decided to join the others down on the beach and walk down that way and risk getting our feet wet. We were trying to be careful not to get wet in the waves, of course. I only brought one pair of tennis shoes, my comfy, not so cute ones, but hey, I was going to be walking around a lot, so I didn't want my feet aching. But isn't this absolutely gorgeous? Just look at the sunlight on the water there. Amazing. We had a wonderful Italian dinner that night at Donna's house that she got from a carry-out restaurant. And then she served these beautiful, delicious Italian dessert. We also enjoyed a cup of tea with those. And then it was time for our two matching pens to finally meet side by side. The Sailor Blue-Green Nebula. Were they really blue? Were they really green? My color always looked green and hers always looked more blue, but in person we saw that they were absolutely identical, and now our two Sailor Procure Slims are pen pals. It was so mesmerizing to see Donna's craft desk, which has been featured on her YouTube channel at various times. She had a wonderful selection of washi tape and a variety of pens, and the raw edge, or live edge desk was absolutely gorgeous. One thing that we did there at the desk was to sample different inks. She allowed me to swatch her inks using her pens, and this Diamine Cocoa Shimmer is absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, the shimmer is just crazy coming out of this pen, and I've since bought a vial of my own. I saw her ink shelf, which is now further embellished with some decorations on the top and some things hanging on the front, and she's added some background accent paper, which really sets off all the bottles of ink. The next morning, Donna picked me up from my hotel, and we went to get coffee at this wonderful coffee shop. It is the dream coffee shop. The setting is like every coffee shop should look like. They had fun Halloween decor up, festive things, and it was just really delicious and such a cozy place to be. We got our iced coffee drinks, we had breakfast sandwiches, wraps, and Donna got a sandwich, I think it was. The food was really good, but the atmosphere really just made it absolutely perfect. It's like a neighborhood corner coffee shop. I would love to be able to just walk to a place like that. Here we are, friends in person at last. And this is outside the coffee shop. Again, such a beautiful day. It was just a lovely fall day. And I think every neighborhood everywhere should have a coffee shop just like this and a friend just like Donna. At the ink show, there were tons of vendors. One thing we especially enjoyed, though, was swatching the Robert Oster inks. I had a variety of ones on my list to try, and I got to sample most of those and fell in love with many of them. The time went by so quickly that day, and before I knew it, it was time to head on back to St. Louis. This is on the flight out, and the sun going down was absolutely stunning. I was fortunate to be able to get this picture. It was so fun, and it was really nice just to think about the trip, the short time I had with Donna, but the very special time of finally meeting a friend that I've known only from a distance in person. Donna had given me this card as a welcome little gift when I got there, and now I have it framed on my craft desk, and it's the perfect seasonal touch. It's really pretty, very nicely done. And I have my ink shelf, which was, of course, inspired by Donna's in the first place, and serves as a daily reminder of the fun friendship that we share, our shared interest in inks, and the blessing it is to have a wonderful friend such as she.